Up next, we have Pat Henman. She is a musician, she's an actor, she's a director. Her career spans over 35 years on the Canadian scene, and she has worked everywhere from backstage to the front of the stage. So please help me in welcoming Pat Henman. Watch your step there.
Yay.
Well, it is just a joy and an honor to have you here. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent.
Well, what I love about this show is that, you know, people know of you in our community, but rarely do we get to hear about your life stories. And I think what's so interesting about you, you've just done so many things. So let's kind of start from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start from that size. Yeah, go all the way. Tell me about, you know, how you got involved in all this creative stuff.
Well, first, I come from a really musical family.
Okay.
Mom, Dad, and several of us, 10 children.
Mm-hmm. Really 10?
Yes, really 10.
Wow.
Roman Catholics.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Maritimers.
Oh, lovely.
So, when I'd say probably from about age 3 or 4, we were always singing in harmony around the house.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
And your parents were musical?
They were, and they played, Dad played a couple of instruments. And then my uncle used to pay me a nickel to sing Clementine. That was my first big hit.
You'd perform in front of the family on holiday events?
Yeah. And then in school, I just started, you know, doing the festivals as a singer. And I think I always thought I was going to be a singer.
Okay. Which you are, a very beautiful singer.
Thank you very much. But I thought I was going to have that as my main career. And then I got hooked on acting when I was in, I think, grade 7. And I did Meet Me in St. Louis.
Classic.
The first musical I ever did. And boy, the audience lauged. And I went, wow, that was fun. That felt good, right?
Amazing.
So I kind of got hooked on the acting bug at that point, and then it went on in high school, and then I actually went to theater school.
Which one?
Dalhousie University theater program.
Yeah.
And I also was studying voice at the music conservatory, so I ended up doing both at the same time, and then it's kind of like history from there. It was a tough road. Once you finish school, you think, oh, I'll get work. That doesn't happen. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't, and you starve for a while, and then things pick up, and then life's been really good. I've been really, really blessed to see the whole country, and
you say you were born in Newfoundland?
I was born in Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Yes.
Apologize.
Yeah.
And you made your way west?
I did. I started with Newfoundland. Yeah. I went from Nova Scotia to Newfoundland.
That's where I got caught up with you.
Yeah, and then I went to Toronto.
Oh, of course.
And then I ended up going, I did Saskatchewan and Vancouver and Dawson City, Yukon, and then I ended up living in Dawson, and I met my husband and had a family in the Yukon, and I was there for 11 years, and we did lots of vaudeville shows in the Yukon.
How fabulous.
Yeah.
And did you act and direct? And
I acted and sang and produced the shows. And my husband was co-producer with me.
Oh,
and then in 2000 we were wanting to find a spot that wasn't minus 40 or minus 60, and people had told us about Nelson and said it was an amazing arts town.
Okay.
And so we decided we'd come here in 2000, and we've been here ever since.
Well, we've been lucky to get you because you've done so many creative things in this town.
Yeah, it's a great town to do creative things, things that you want to do.
Right, yes. What's been some of your favorites?
Well, some of my favorite things that I've done here is I created a show called Artist Alive with the Arts Council, and that was like a musical review that we did for a few years here, and that was great fun, and I got to know some wonderful artistic people in town doing that.
We are amazingly blessed with so many talented folks. Right?
I know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I don't have a favorite show because I've been really, really lucky to do like Into the Woods and Jesus Christ Superstar and Cabaret. Well, Cabaret was my first big directing project
Which was
in
an
town.
amazingly big, wonderful show.
It was an amazing show. We
with
had
Black
some,
Productions, and we had Sydney on last show.
Oh yeah, did
Yeah,
you? Oh,
right.
right on. And yeah, so that was my first big directing show in town. I had done a smaller show called Melville Boys here, I think in 2005, a four-character comedy, and that kind of got that bug going in me, going, gee, I really like the directing part of it, you know.
Right.
So I haven't actually acted in about since Jesus Christ Superstar, so I guess that's 2012.
Well,
yeah, so 4 years.
It's a difficult job directing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is.
But when you're good at it.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. I hope I'm good at it.
When you're driven to do it. Oh, you got some fans. That's right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Feel the love.
Thank you.
Feel that love.
But you're only as good as your team. I'll say that. You're only as good as your team.
Yeah.
You know, the actors, the artistic crew, you know, the creative team. And we are so lucky. I mean, we have people that design these amazing sets, and we have costume people, and we have musical directors, and we have choreographers, and I've been really lucky to work with some amazing, really great talent that lives in Nelson. And we've got some pretty good shows that go up in this town for, you know, you can say non-union, or you can say community amateur, whatever. You know what? I just feel that they're top-notch. The bar goes a little higher every time.
Yeah, I think they're comparable with the world stage, truly. There's some
know?
people just doing some just mind-blowing stuff here.
Because they want to live here.
They do.
Yeah, they choose to live here, and they're just as talented as anybody living in Vancouver, Toronto, New York, whatever.
I agree.
Choose to live here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pat, when we spoke and I asked you to be on the show, you told me about your passion for working with MAD, which is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And it has been very well publicized in the paper, and I really appreciate it. I'm honored that you want to talk about this. But Pat was in a very serious car accident, and she's willing to talk to us about that tonight. So Pat, tell me about it.
Well, you know, you start at the beginning. We were driving down the road, my daughter and I, and we were coming home from Calgary, and we were coming back to Nelson in 2013. It was a beautiful, sunny Sunday afternoon, and a drunk driver crossed the line and hit us. I don't have any memory of the accident. I was in a coma for, I think, about 4 days.
And this was only just under 2 years ago?
2013, yeah, June 2013. It was a week after Cabaret closed, yeah. And so the first thing I remember waking up out of a coma, it's not really clear. What I do remember is saying, "Where's Maya? How's Maya?" And
your daughter.
My daughter. And once I realized, or once I was told, once my husband told me that Maya was stable, then it was kind of like, okay, then I'll just stay here and I'll just recover. It's a really difficult thing to explain how you feel when you're not really there. You know, I mean, I was on some great drugs. Let's be honest, it was great drugs they have, you know. And I was on them for several months. And so some of the memories are not clear, and sometimes the memories are not real. You know,
of course.
I can tell stories and they go, well, that didn't happen. You know, I guess I made these things up in my head as I was on those good drugs or something. But I spent 6.5 months in 4 hospitals. And while I was there, you know, lots of folks reached out to me. Nelson was an amazing community. Nelson and Halifax, my other hometown. You folks were just, you know, so close to my heart. You guys supported my family. So I want to say, since I have that opportunity, I want to say a big thanks to everybody right now.
That's lovely.
And it was amazing. And my husband, he really felt all that support, and he kept telling me about it. And it was great for us, for our family.
For your healing?
Yeah, for the healing process, for sure. And then once I got out of the hospital, you know, you got to go through all this legal stuff, right? It's a drag.
The hard part.
It is. It is.
Even harder.
And part of the reason why I'm so connected with MAD, and I really think they're a great organization, is because they reached out to Maya and I. MAD actually reached out to us. And I kind of knew about what they were all about, but, you know, you do. You know what it's all about.
They've been around since...
32 years they've been around.
Wow.
And they started in California. A mom who lost her daughter to a drunk driver started it.
Okay.
And so they offered to actually, a lady from Kimberley who also lost a child to a drunk driver, she phoned and offered to go to the court for us, because court was in Cranbrook, because we got hit outside of Cranbrook. And to drive in the wintertime there was a big deal. So this lovely lady in Kimberley, she offered to go for us, and she ended up going to court for us. I think it was 3 times, twice at least, but I think it was 3 times she went.
Wow.
And she would call us and give us, an update on this is what happened, this is what happened.
That shows a real caring level to the organization.
Oh,
hey?
yeah. Oh, my gosh,
Yeah.
I knew then. I said, okay, there's something is really big about this organization, and she's willing to drive from Kimberley to Cranbrook, and she's willing to sit in court, in court for us, and then she would call us and give us feedback. And then the day that the woman actually went to court, the first ones were just arraigns and trying to set dates and everything.
Yeah. Such a long drawn out
it's
process,
really long
isn't
drawn,
it?
yeah. And so they actually, she actually met us at the courthouse the day of the big long court day, and we got to meet her, and we got to really connect and hug, and it was wonderful
Make that
to have
connection.
her with us. And since then, Matt has been quite a part of Maya and my life, and we go to meetings now, we connect with the chapter heads, and Larry's been coming with us, my husband. He's been coming with us. We went to
lovely.
yeah, we got him into it too.
Good.
And we've gone to Toronto to the national, to the big conference they have every year, and this year we're going again.
Oh, and what does this conference do, or what is its purpose?
It's for, I'm considered a survivor.
Of course.
I'm a survivor.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Thankfully.
And
What a loss from this world, if not. We are really blessed.
yeah, thank you. I'm
to know
blessed.
you.
Oh, thank you. But it's a two-way thing. This conference, they deal with the folks that have had major loss in their life.
Okay.
Siblings, children, spouse, mom, dad. And then they deal with the survivors. And so Maya and I and Larry went to the one last year, and there's big group sessions where you sit and you listen. You listen to folks who are trauma counselors and psychologists and police officers, anybody who's got some kind of connection, because we're all there to try to support each other, and they're there to help us to get through a very difficult time.
What wonderful work they're doing.
It's amazing work.
Wow.
It's amazing work,
Yeah.
everybody. Really.
Yeah.
And this night tonight seems like this night of supporting each other and charities and all this, and it's wonderful because even though Matt is supporting us,
Yes.
they need our support also to survive and do things like those ads that they do and programs. And a program I'm going to start here because it's really close to me is. It's called RID 911, and that means report impaired drivers by calling 911. If you see anyone, it's leaving the bar or getting in the car or whatever, pick up the phone. It's not gonna, if they're not really that drunk, if you're drunk, you're drunk, right? But if you made a mistake by calling 911, really, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a chance you take. You may save someone's life. So call 911 if that happens, because the day we were hit, the person that hit us, she had been drinking from 12 noon till almost 6 o'clock in the afternoon, on a Sunday. And she walked out and got in a car, and people watched her get in a car. And nobody called 911. And she drove 17 kilometers before she hit us. So my message is, you can stop these things by calling 911. Just do it.
Can we agree all tonight to back up this program? RDI 911. Yeah, I think so. And all the online viewers, I hope in your hometowns you too will support this project. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Pat. It's a really a serious thing that still happens.
It still happens.
It's hard to believe it still happens
I
in
know.
this day and age of so much,
I know. The DDs and the take a cab.
Why risk it?
I know. But you know what? It still happens. It happens. It's us. We have to be on top of it. We have to just keep fighting.
Keep educating.
Yeah, and keep educating.
And your daughter?
Maya's back in university full time. She's going to be a high school teacher. She's doing it. Yay!
Good.
We're very proud of Maya. She's still
recovered?
Well, no,
Not fully?
We will never be recovered. Physically or emotionally, but Maya's still waiting for surgeries. She still has things going on, but at least she's focused on her schoolwork, and she's doing really well in university. So yeah, we're hoping for the best.
Well, we're so glad to hear that, aren't we?
you.
Yeah, we're so glad to hear that.
Thank you.
So glad. Now,
Yes, you want to play now?
thankfully, you're still around to direct Liberation Days.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I
so
forgot
you got
about
this
that.
new play coming up. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that. So it's quite an interesting story, isn't it? How this play also came to be, but also the backstory, the history
Yeah.
of the content of the play.
Yeah.
So tell us about that, how the story came to be.
So Liberation Days is written by a Canadian playwright. His name is David van Belle. He's from Calgary. And it was produced in 2014, so it had to be a year or so before that. He answered a call to Theatre Calgary to put in an idea for a new play. And his background is his family's Dutch. And so he had always been really interested in the background of the Canadians liberating the Dutch in the Netherlands during World War II, ending World War II. And he had lived a little bit in the Netherlands when his mom and dad went back for a while. So he had a real good feel for it. His grandparents had lived in the Netherlands through World War II, and they immigrated here. And so he decided to take the story of the Canadian soldiers going to the Netherlands and a young Canadian soldier falling in love with a Dutch woman. And this play follows their love story, their romance. But there's so much more. There's so much more, because we get to see the relationships that happen between some of the Canadians, some of the Dutch. Not all of it was great. You think that, well, if the town was liberated, then wasn't everything great at that point? No, it didn't have to be. I don't want to give away the plot, but you know, there's a lot more than just the liberation going on at the time. It happened in May of 1945.
Okay.
I think a lot of us,
Right at the end of the war?
right at the end, yeah. May 5th.
Okay.
Yeah. And so David wrote this play, and he won the commission. And so
Okay.
Theatre Calgary produced it in 2014.
For the first time?
For the first time.
Okay.
And it was a co-pro. They did it with a Kamloops Theatre Company.
Okay.
And then we are the second production.
Well, isn't that exciting?
And it's very exciting, because
Yeah.
for me, the play is a beautiful love story, and it's a beautifully crafted piece of art. The actual script itself, the words.
Looking forward to it.
There's all kinds of really great conventions, language conventions that he uses in the play, and it's a challenge for all of us, for the actors.
Are there some accents? Are there some language things people need to learn? Or
Yes.
Oh, there is.
Yes,
They're learning
is.
Dutch.
They are learning Dutch.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. But
Do you have someone locally that's able to teach this?
We
or
do.
You know Dutch?
I don't know Dutch. No, I don't. No, and
no.
I'm glad I'm not acting in this. I'm glad I'm directing
It's a
it.
tough one.
I keep telling the actors act. Thank
Yeah.
God I'm not in this show. I keep hitting my thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
But no, we have two folks in town,
Okay.
two Dutch immigrants.
Is that
yeah,
right?
that are
Wonderful.
working with our actors, and we thank them very much.
How it all comes together. It's
I
so
know.
interesting.
Community really came
Yeah.
together. As soon as we phoned them and asked them if they wanted to help.
You knew of them
As
already.
dialogue coaches.
Wow.
Well,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
people are at
Yeah.
the Capitol knew, and we phoned one person who said, and I know another person, so
How
word of
interesting.
mouth. So they're coming
Wow.
into rehearsal. The
Wow.
other really interesting part of the play is that Amy Bohegan, who's
Yes.
a filmmaker in town,
Yes, she is.
Amy is making a documentary on the actual rehearsal process of Liberation Days.
Oh,
and then
yes.
she will make a DVD of the play itself, and that's part of the grant that the Capitol Theatre got.
Oh,
they
wonderful.
want us to do this. It's going to be something that goes out to the schools as a
I wonder-
learning tool,
of course.
education tool for
Yeah.
World War II, and how
Excellent.
important the Canadians were to the Dutch.
It's nice to hear stories about like that, you know, that Canada had a play in that. I'm really
Yeah.
interested to hear the history. I actually don't know.
Oh, I can't wait till you come see it. Then you're going to learn a lot.
I know.
Did
a little
you know that?
foreshadowing, a little.
Yeah. Did you know that the Dutch Dutch still send tulips to Ottawa as thanks every year?
No, I didn't know that.
Those
Did you
tulips
know that?
that are
Who
on
knew
Parliament
that?
Hill. Anybody know that?
No. Ooh. Oh, somebody knew that.
Okay. Well,
Learned by the power of Facebook, I bet.
saying thank you to the Canadians.
Yes, that's lovely.
I know.
I know.
Yeah,
That's great.
And it's a beautiful story, too.
Oh,
It's a beautiful
exciting.
story with lots of drama and lots of education, lots of history. And yeah, I'm loving it. I'm
Who's
loving
in it?
directing it.
Who locally have we got in this
Okay,
play?
Michael Graham is in it. And I think
Woohoo!
Michael's here, somewhere up there. A few people that I've never worked with before, which makes it
interesting.
really interesting for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Lindsay Clegg. I have not worked with Lindsay as an actor before.
Yeah. Some new upcomers.
Yeah.
Good.
Eli Geddes. He
he's
has done
wonderful.
some stuff in town, but I've never worked with him before, so that was really great.
I've done a scene or two with him.
Okay, alrighty. He's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic.
Jordana Champagne.
Okay.
Jordana is a local, but I didn't know that till after we'd cast her and we started
interesting.
rehearsing. And she goes, "Oh, I'm a Nelsonite." I didn't know that.
Oh, interesting.
So, but it's great.
Okay.
She's went to study at Vancouver Film School
Good.
for acting.
There's all these people
Yeah,
here.
I know.
So incredible.
And she's back here.
Is she the love interest?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll keep up the mystery.
Laurie Jarvis is
Of
in
course.
it. Yeah, which I've never worked with Laurie before. I've sung with her before, but I'd never worked as I'd never even seen her act
It's a
before.
fairly decent sized cast. How many
There's
people?
7.
Oh, 7.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Michael Calladine, who was in Cabaret.
Yeah.
Let me see. Am I missing anybody? I have to go through my. Yes, I am missing.
Pressure's on. So
Jeff Burns. How could I forget Jeff
wonderful.
Burns? Yeah,
Excellent.
he was a drama teacher here for years, and he does. He directs the summer youth program at the Capitol.
Excellent.
So I'm pretty sure that I've hit everybody in the cast.
Awesome. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing it.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Super good. Yeah. So.
Excellent. And so I hear someone is going to be coming, some part of the original, not the playwright himself.
Oh,
but somebody is coming to Nelson.
Yes, we thought the playwright was coming, and he
Okay.
wanted to. There's no problem coming from Calgary, and then suddenly he has to go to Edmonton, like the week before, and it was just no, I cannot make it.
Just
So,
timing-wise, with the
timing-wise.
launch of the play.
Yeah,
When is
yeah.
the launch of the play?
It's March 3rd to the 6th
Right,
at the Capitol.
okay.
Yeah, get your tickets at the box office.
Yes, of course.
But we have the actual interpreter, the person who actually wrote all the Dutch for David, who took David's English
interesting.
and put it into Dutch. And the play is not all in Dutch, but it is not all in Dutch. But the small bits that are in Dutch, this lady did it for him, and she's coming to see the play. So we're really excited that she's coming from Calgary to see the play.
exciting.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat, what do you think? Should we play a little bit of a game? Maybe we'll give away some tickets to this thing?
Okay, let's play a game.
Woohoo!
I hope we got some people out there that want to play.
Woohoo! Now, a couple people have agreed to come down on stage. You remember who you are? Come on down. Let's see your faces.
Come on.
Oh, we got a couple
Who is
willing
it?
participants, Pat.
All righty. Yay.
Hello. Nice to see you. Hello. Thank you for coming to the show.
Yeah, you too.
Awesome.
Come on over here.
Over here.
Stand over there, you guys.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you
right
want to
here.
come? Oh,
Right
not
here.
so far.
Right here. Right here.
Excellent. We've got a couple willing participants. We have some tickets to the show to give away to you tonight. So, Pat, tell us about this little game.
Okay. Have you ever done any improvisation before? What?
Oh.
You have? Yay. Okay, we're going to play a little game. It is called The Name Dance. Do you remember that song, The Name Game? Yeah, that's what it was called, The Name Game. Well, tonight we're going to do The Name Dance. You're dancing. You're dancing,
Who's
guys.
going first?
Who's going to go first?
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Improv is going to go first. Now,
Tell them the rules.
here's the scoop, okay? This is a competition too, okay? So, this is a competition, so you got to really work for it, okay? Okay. Yes, sir.
I don't know if I can do the worm. But
Okay.
This guy.
That's okay. You don't have to do the worm, okay? But here's how. This is what you're going to do. Okay. What you're going to do is our wonderful band back here, they're going to play a tune, and you are going to spell your name with a dance. I know you can do it. His whole name. Oh, did we pick somebody with a really
First name.
with a just your
first name.
your first name? Okay.
You got this thing.
All right. So you really, this is competition, baby. Like, you got to go for it, and the audience has to figure out what your name is.
Am I allowed to use the chairs?
Oh yeah.
Oh, right on. Okay. Okay. So keep a good eye on him. See if you know what his name is after he finishes his name dance.
Woo! What letter, people? Woohoo! S. T.
Dance it out. You gotta dance it out. Dance it out, baby. Dance it out.
E.
Keep dancing. Oh, he's almost doing the worm.
D.
Woo! Come on, you gotta groove it up. Groove it up. Groove.
Oh.
Here we go.
I.
Amazing.
Woo! E.
Oh, that's the jumping E, eh? Jumping E.
I think that's
What is it?
Is your name Stevie? Yeah! Well done!
That was amazing, Stevie.
Stevie! Come over here by me, Stevie. Holy crap, that was amazing.
Sit in the chairs.
Yeah, go sit in the chair.
Okay, and are you Dad?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
You're the winner so far. This guy.
Yeah, but Dad, come on, I know Dad's.
My name twice, so I don't have to do it.
No, that's not your name, Dad. No, it is not. No, Dad. The competition is high now, okay? You've got something to beat now. Oh!
Oh, I know this happens to me all the time.
Are you good?
Understand.
Do you think you know how to spell your name
I know
now?
how to spell it, I just don't know how to dance it.
You know what? Just let it flow. Let it flow, right? It's
I
going to
think
come
so.
out. Are you ready?
Got this.
Okay, let's do it, guys. You got to dance her up. Dance it up.
D. Oh, D. You got it.
Are you dancing? Dance.
Hey, hey, hey. Nice. Ah, there we go. We got it. What is it, people?
Dave and Stevie, give
my
a big hand.
Who's the winner
Excellent.
here, people? This is a hard one.
Stevie? Oh, Dad, Stevie won. You go.
Yeah, you bet. Well, you lucky folks, you both get a prize. Here you go. Some tickets to Liberation Days and Pat's amazing CD. Thank you so much for being participants. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Stevie. Good sports.
So tell people, Pat, how can they get tickets to Liberation Day?
Well, you can call the Capitol Theater.
Okay.
They're in the book, 352-6363, or you can go online at capitoltheater.bc.ca.
Okay.
You can go to the box office on Victoria Street, and the show is March 3rd to the 6th.
Amazing.
Right on.
I'm really looking forward to the show. Make sure to get your tickets, people. Give it up for Pat Henman.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. Okay. All right, take off. Yep. Thanks. Amazing. I love the audience participation. Thank you so much to our audience members. We're nothing without you.